finish you, little man.
Get that ass from here.
I finish you.
Yeah.
With Arman Sarukian weighing in as the backup, is he getting back in the good graces with you and the...
Well, it's not about getting back in the good graces. It's about, you know, the guy had the opportunity to fight for a title and didn't make weight. It's just, I mean, you couldn't fuck up anything worse than that. But he proved, you know, now that he's not fighting for the title and he was here as a backup fighter, he made weight. So it's definitely a step in the right direction.
What a night. Oh,
A GOAT trajectory we have in our hands, ladies and gentlemen.
you said something to me, and I want you to say it. I want to ruin it. Ilia has done what now?
I mean, he just is legend after legend. I mean, the greatest 3-fight run in MMA history. I guarantee you, if you're an MMA fan, he's slept your favorite fighter. It's just a fact.
Jab to the body, jab up top. Oh, that's it. Inside of 3 minutes, bitches. Inside of 3 minutes. Inside of 3 fucking minutes. He fucking called it. He fucking called it. Inside of 3 fucking minutes. Keep doubting this fucking guy now.
Good shot to the body. I think Ilia's gonna finish him.
Oh, he slumps him. He slumps him. Oh my God, he's dead. Put him out cold. Ilia wins. New lightweight champion. Oh my God, slumped him out cold. Nasty combination. Oh my God. Charles looks like return the slab.
Topuria goes to the body with the left. Oh, nasty right. Charles is down. He's out. He's cold. He's dead. He's flatlined. He's flatlined. He's flatlined. He is knocked out. Remember Gregory Rodriguez's knockout? Well, Ilia Topuria just sent Charles Oliveira to another planet. Charles Oliveira is sleeping.
Jab to the body from Ilia. Jab upstairs. The jabs. Oh! Oh! He slept on himself cold! He slept him out cold in round 1! He slept Oliveira in round 1 with a nasty 2-piece. Oh, fuck you, you cunt. Why are you so horrible? What a savage this guy is. Wow. First round TKO. As I said, I told you first round TKO. I told you first round. Easy work for Ilia Topuria. First round KO over Charles do Bronx.
Jab to the body, stiff jab up high. Oh, right and left, and it's over. Topuria with the first round knockout and new champion. Woo! I called it, son. Lock City parlay hits, the 2-legger. They told me, no, Van's not good. Don't throw in Topuria. Yeah. Look at me.
Back to the center of the octagon. Oh. Jab for Ilia.
Oh! He just starched him. Charles Oliveira is completely out. He doesn't know where he is. Ilia Topuria in the first round. KO. This man is a fucking monster. He sips the tea. He's a killer.
Oh,
this guy is fucking crazy.
Oh my God.
What? Oh my God.
155-pound champ, 145-pound champ,
God.
2-division champion, 17-0. Superstar.
Holy shit.
Shit. That's it. It's alive. Oh! He just killed him! He just killed him. Ladies and gentlemen, Ilia Topuria just puts out Charles Oliveira. Hey, we were correct on the prediction. What does that mean for us, for the shots?
As the fight between Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira is finally wrapped up with an unbelievable outcome, MMA pros have already shared their predictions on the clash. Before the fight, Ilia Topuria shed light on Charles Oliveira's approach and explained how he planned to counter it effectively. He emphasized the importance of staying composed and using precise timing to neutralize Oliveira's offense. Topuria expressed confidence in his strategy to control the fight and prevent Oliveira from gaining the upper hand.
¿Crees que él también va a mantenerse a ese estilo que hace de ser tan agresivo?
No va a poder. No va a poder. Que él puede tener una estrategia, pero después, una vez la campana suena, el combate empieza, no va a encontrar la manera de avanzar hacia adelante. Que eso es lo que sucede conmigo. Que avanzar hacia adelante, ¿con quién estás acostumbrado a hacer eso? Ese no soy yo. Lo vas a ver intentar ir hacia adelante, obviamente. No encontrará la manera de hacerlo, retrocederá, recibirá un par de golpes en la cara, intentará algún derribo y ya muy pronto verás la finalización.
On the other hand, Charles Oliveira spoke about Ilia Topuria's punching power, acknowledging it with respect while maintaining his trademark composure. As a fighter who had faced some of the division's most dangerous strikers, Oliveira didn't shy away from the challenge. Charles Oliveira issued a cold, calculated warning to Ilia Topuria, making it clear that he would not be underestimated.
You say that you're coming forward in this fight and you're the lion and you're going to bring the fight to him. He actually predicted that's exactly what you would do. Is there any part of you that thinks maybe I shouldn't play into what he expects, or does part of you think it'll be fun to prove that he can expect exactly what I'm going to do and I still manage to beat him at it anyway?
In reality, everyone knows what's going to happen. Is another dude that's talking that's going to fold in front of me.
Islam Makhachev shared his thoughts on the fight, offering his perspective with calm confidence and focus.
Ilia Topuria has said a lot about you. He's being very respectful now this week. Like he said, he doesn't think you ducked him and he respects you for chasing your goals at welterweight. Who do you think is going to win on Saturday at UFC 317 between Ilia and Charles Oliveira?
It depends, man. Who can follow his game plan, you know? If Charles can take him down, he can finish him easy in the ground. Or if Topuria catch him, he gonna sleep, you know? And two options. Who is gonna make the game plan working?
There's never been a two-time lightweight champion. Charles will be the first if he wins. That would be a big accomplishment.
Well, I don't know about it. But he have chance. He have big chance, you know?
Yeah.
And he always fight good against the striking, you know, striking. But if Charles have small chance, if you give him small chance, he's gonna win.
Alexander Volkanovski shared optimistic insights on the fight, expressing confidence in both fighters' abilities and preparation. While he made his pick known, he kept it under wraps, adding an air of mystery to his prediction.
But I am leaning towards Ilia Topuria. I think if Charles comes aggressive like that, Ilia's going to land some of them big bombs. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's a lightweight division, his power won't be there. Trust me, the power's still there. I don't think that he's going to play into it too much. So I'm going to go with Ilia as a new lightweight champ. It's going to be exciting, however long it lasts. So let's see how it all goes down.
Volkanovski broke down how Charles Oliveira would approach the fight, highlighting Oliveira's strategic mindset and adaptability.
But when I want to break this down more, again, we like to, when we talk about fights, we go off what we've seen lately or what we've seen, right? We never really take into consideration what someone's game plans are going to be. Someone can change what they've done in their last 5 fights purely because it's not going to work well against this opponent. Could we see that? Charles Oliveira, does he know that, man, Ilia's powerful, his early chance is knocking me out, I'm not going to give it to him. I might press and look for that takedown.
Volkanovski questioned Charles Oliveira's unpredictability, admitting that it was hard to know exactly how the fight would unfold. He highlighted Oliveira's ability to switch tactics suddenly, making him a challenging opponent to read.
Does he approach it that way? Doesn't even, because a lot of times with Charles, even though he backs his grappling, he will always strike first, then grapple, if that makes sense. So he put himself in danger and be aggressive on the feet and then grab a hold. Will he not do any of that and just shoot, be more defensive till he shoots for the takedown? We will see. So that's going to be, could that be a part of his game plan? I don't know.
Dustin Poirier believed Ilia Topuria could keep his streak alive by using his knockout power and aggressive style while staying smart in the pocket to handle tough opponents like Charles Oliveira.
Where would you think if he goes from knocking out Volk to knocking out Max, and if he knocks out Charles, is this one of like the greatest 3-fight winning streaks we've ever seen?
For sure. I mean, these are legends we're talking about, you know? Yeah. Stopping a guy who's never been stopped in Max, beating Volk, who has long time top of the game, like Charles, another former champ who's putting on great performances. Like, man, what can I say about this guy? I'll say it again. If he does it, he's everything he said he is, man. He's a dangerous dude.
Javier Mendez, longtime trainer of Islam Makhachev, shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight, bringing a seasoned coach's perspective to the conversation. Known for guiding some of the sport's top athletes, Mendez's input carried weight in the MMA world.
So he has a chance. And on the ground, he has a chance also. So you can't.
He has a chance, but do you see him winning? Moving on to this weekend's special event, Topuria and Charles Oliveira. I heard you in an interview on Submission Radio saying that you love Charles Oliveira and you want to see him win. But do you actually see him winning this fight?
I can see him winning, yes, absolutely. You know, especially up the middle where he can use his height and his knees and his range, you know. If you watch one of Topuria's earlier fights where he's dipping a lot, I can see Charles Oliveira's catching him with the knee right up the middle.
As a coach who had seen countless big fights unfold, Mendez approached the matchup with a sharp analytical lens. His demeanor suggested confidence in how the fight might play out, adding another layer of intrigue to the already high-stakes showdown.
You know, and I can see the front kick going up the middle because he has a traditional boxing stance, you know, the way he comes in. And one good way to beat a good boxer is Muay Thai. You know, good Muay Thai stance can get a good boxer if you have good Muay Thai. And Charles's Muay Thai is not great, but it's good. So he has a chance. And on the ground, he has a chance also. So you can't.
He has a chance, but do you see him winning? Like, would you pick him?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's a whole different story.
I want him to win, but I give the edge to Topuria.
Beneil Darius shared his pick for the fight between Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira. Drawing from his experience in the lightweight division, he confidently backed one fighter and offered insight into the matchup based on their styles and strengths.
I think Charles, I would say one of the biggest keys would be checking the leg kick. I think Ilia did a lot of damage in his last 2 fights with that leg kick. If he does that, I think the fight becomes really competitive because striking-wise, Charles is quite dangerous with the knees and the kicks and, you know, the tie clinch and all that. So I think if he checks the kick, the fight becomes very dangerous. I think if it goes to the ground, the fight's very dangerous. So I think it's going to be a lot more competitive than people think.
Michael Bisping shared his prediction for the fight, offering a detailed breakdown of both fighters' strengths and weaknesses. He emphasized the importance of timing, precision, and composure, noting that the matchup could come down to who executed their game plan better on the night.
The man's a class act, he's an absolute superstar, and he will go on to become a 2-weight division champion. That is correct, my friends. He gets the job done this weekend. I think he's absolutely nailed it. I think Charles Oliveira goes forward and he gets caught with something big. Ilia going up to 155 is going to increase the muscle mass, it's going to increase the recovery, it's going to increase the amount of carbs that he can take on through a training camp. He's going to recover better, he's going to be a better athlete. And Oliveira used to be 145 as well, like we talked about. So it's not like he's going to have a massive size advantage. Ilia Topuria is going to be somewhere like 175 pounds, maybe even as high as 179 pounds is what he said this week. So Ilia Topuria's got the punching power anyway. I think he's going to be the better athlete. I think he can stop the takedown. And I believe, and you know, and we've all seen it, it only takes one. That's the kind of power he has. Can he drop Charles Oliveira like that? Knock him out cold? That remains to be seen. But my pick is Ilia Topuria will be the lightweight champion of the world.
Renato Moicano shared his pick for the fight, confidently backing one of the fighters while explaining his reasoning. His choice reflected his deep knowledge of both athletes' strengths and styles, adding valuable insight to the ongoing discussion about how the fight might play out.
I wish this guy could speak English so you guys can see the emotion, the connection that he has with the fans, especially being from a very poor background, you know, the way he communicates himself in Portuguese is amazing. I am a fan, but Topuria beat 2 of legends on his previous fight, you know?
Bilal Muhammad shared his insights on the upcoming fight, acknowledging the high-level skills both Charles Oliveira and Ilia Topuria brought to the cage.
Is Topuria ready for 155? Is his power going to translate? Keys to victory for Charles Oliveira. You got to make it dirty. You got to get close on him. I think you have to initiate the clinch, initiate grappling exchanges, especially early. Don't try to sit there and box with him. Don't strike with him. I know you have a high guard, but you get caught a lot with looping punches on the outside. You don't want to get caught with a looping punch by Topuria. I would say go high body lock. Let's test his strength. Let's see if he's strong enough for 155. Even if you have to pull guard. We haven't really seen Topuria's ground game that well, right? They say he has great grappling, but that's your world. You can wear on him, pull on him. Let's see if he added a little bit too much muscle. That's gonna mess up his cardio.
He also broke down the key factors each fighter needed to secure a win.
Topuria is a rhythm fighter, beautiful boxing, beautiful footwork. When you're initiating these grappling exchanges, when you're making him think about the takedown, he's not gonna be able to set up his power punch. Topuria, exact opposite. Oliveira keeps his chin a little bit too high. I know he has the high guard. Set up your looping punches by going straight to the body, by going low kick. Chop him down a little bit, he stands straight upright. If you do knock him down with a punch, go for the kill. We've seen guys like Michael Chandler and we've seen guys like Justin Gaethje drop him and didn't want to really initiate the grappling exchanges with him. We've seen you go against guys like Ryan Hall. We've seen you against Bryce Mitchell on the ground. You got great ground game, great ground defense. So if you do drop Charles, don't let him off the hook, because when Charles gets back up, he always finds a way. When you're breaking up the clinches, keep your hands back up, proper defense. Don't overextend on your punches, because Charles will catch you, and if he does catch you, he does have great power. So be very smart and disciplined with your defense, submission-wise and striking-wise. My pick is gonna be Topuria. I think he's so good with his hands. He's so good at setting up punches, setting up traps, that he's gonna eventually catch Charles.
Ilia Topuria highlighted Charles Oliveira's previous defeats and confidently predicted that another loss was imminent. He pointed out Oliveira's weakness under pressure, portraying it as a clear target. Topuria's assessment suggested he had already figured out how to exploit Oliveira's vulnerabilities.
But you are not talking about his losses.
That's fair, he has many losses. What weaknesses do you see in them?
10 losses. He lost in every ways. From knockout, submission, decision. One more against me, it's not gonna be a problem for him. He's gonna take it and bounce back.
Topuria spoke with strong confidence about his own skills, dismissed outside opinions and criticism. He made it clear that he fully trusted his abilities and didn't seek validation from others. Focused and determined, he declared his intent to decisively defeat Charles Oliveira without leaving any doubt.
I don't care, but he didn't face never someone like me. I'm telling you, it's not like, maybe I sound a little bit cocky, that the people thinks that I'm overconfident. But I know how good I am, you know, and I don't care what the people says. I know that I'm better than him everywhere. Like, if the fight takes the place in the ground, I could submit him. In the striking, of course, you all know what's gonna happen. So I felt very comfortable.
Additionally, Topuria addressed Oliveira's expected aggressive strategy, anticipating pressure from the start. However, he showed no worry, asserted that Oliveira's aggression would be ineffective. According to Topuria, he was too sharp and well prepared to allow any of Oliveira's offenses to succeed.
He's gonna try maybe to be on my face, but he's not gonna be able to do that. Like, first seconds of the fight, he's gonna feel something that he never felt in his entire life. He's gonna feel something completely different. The power, the speed, the skills. He's gonna feel like he's not gonna see me coming. He's not gonna see me. He's not gonna be able to do what he thinks that he's gonna do. He's gonna have to adapt to my game and go to sleep for a little.
Tom Aspinall shared his thoughts on the fight, expressed respect for both fighters, and highlighted the excitement the matchup promised.
I think something that I like about Charles, let's have a little look at him, is he isn't afraid to exchange with the punches, with anybody. We've seen him get punched off guys like Chandler. We've seen him get guys off guys like Gaethje and all the rest of the short, stocky, powerful punchers. So Topuria his style isn't dissimilar to other guys he's fought before. But what he likes to get involved, get him dragged into a bit of a punching match, and then he'll tie him up. And then he'll go for flying triangles. He's not scared to be on his back either. He doesn't mind getting taken down where he's on his back, and he'll be throwing up. He'll be doing all this kind of stuff. He'll be throwing up triangles. He'll be going sweeps, lifting him up. He'll be doing all different kind of attacks off his back as well, and that is something that is difficult to prepare for.
Joe Rogan talked about Ilia Topuria's impressive achievements at featherweight, his knockout wins over top fighters, his move up to lightweight, his well-rounded skill set, flawless technique, confidence, drive, and the rapid rise of new MMA talents.
Ilia Topuria, who's fighting Charles Oliveira at the end of the month, like, that guy is insane. That guy's knocked out two of the greatest featherweights of all time, Volkanovski and Max Holloway. Nobody could knock those guys out in featherweight before, and he did it. And he did it, and he made it look easy. You know, he made it look like they're like he's just on another level from everybody. You know, and then now he's moving up to 155 pounds. He's like decided he cleared out that division. And he's moving up. Like, he's
insane. Yeah,
insane. There's guys like that are just their level is above everybody else's level. And with Ilia, it's everything. It's his submissions, his kicks, his punches, everything. He can do anything. I mean, he does everything perfect. All his technique is perfect. He's fucking driven and ultra confident. You know, this is an amazing time for the sport, man. It's a crazy time because these guys that are coming in with like one fight in the UFC, they look like world-class contenders, like right away.
Yeah. Jack Hermanson shared his enthusiasm for the upcoming fight between Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira. He said he was a fan of Oliveira and respected everything he had done, but admitted that Topuria appeared unbeatable at that time. Based on Topuria's current form and strong momentum, he gave the advantage to Ilia in that matchup.
Can't wait for that one. You know, I'm a super big fan of Charles, but Ilia has kind of like he's just looks unbeatable at the moment. So I think I will give it to him.
Sean O'Malley talked about the fight being a 50-50 matchup, his emotional support for Oliveira, Topuria's power and momentum, Oliveira's tendency to take damage, and his excitement for the fight.
Could I get your read on how Topuria versus Oliveira plays out?
Man, that's one where your heart's telling you, you know, Charles, and your brain's telling you Ilia. It's just that one's a coin flip. Can't count Charles out. Ilia's on an absolute tear. You know, Charles does get hit and Ilia cracks. That fight I am very excited for.
Modestas Bukauskas talked about Oliveira's striking and jiu-jitsu, Topuria's explosive power, grappling, wrestling, and predicted Topuria's victory.
I've got to say, Ilia Topuria, just because although Oliveira's like jiu-jitsu is very good and he's got very crisp striking himself, I don't know, Ilia Topuria, he's like a little pocket rocket, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? When he comes in close and land those big shots, obviously he's you know, a bit of a size difference in terms of height and stuff like this, but he's also got great jiu-jitsu as well and good wrestling. So yeah, in my opinion, I think Topuria would take that.
Anthony Smith discussed defensive weaknesses, Oliveira's tendency to get hit and brawl, Topuria's technical boxing and discipline, and questioned Oliveira's ability to stay safe or control the fight.
I typically look at, when you get two guys like these two that are very, very good, then you start looking at their defensive responsibilities and who has the larger deficiency. That's 100% Charles Oliveira. He's so hittable. Yeah. He loves to fight into wars. Ilia Topuria does not engage. He's super crisp, very, very clean boxer, but goes to the body well, leg kicks really well. So strategic and so well thought out, and has an incredibly high fight IQ. I just don't know how Charles Oliveira stays safe in any kind of striking range, fighting the way that he fights with Ilia Topuria. I just think that he's going to get hit hard. He's going to get hurt. And I don't know that he can take down Ilia Topuria. And if he did, I don't know that he would out-grapple him anyway.
Mateus Gamrot talked about Oliveira's size, striking, experience, power, and complete skill set, predicting a knockout victory for Oliveira and highlighting the threat of his ground game. He also described the fight as close and exciting, but leaned toward Oliveira due to his advantages.
Who do you think wins, Ilia or Charles?
Interesting matchup. The both guys has changed. Like if Ilia
hit Charles Oliveira head, so he can knock him down for sure. But I think Oliveira is so big for him and for all-rounder fighter, and I think Oliveira will win this fight.
You think Oliveira's gonna win? I haven't heard a lot of people say that.
I think so. He is big. It depends how his performance will be in the fight, because sometimes he looks bad, but sometimes he looks fantastic. So I think that in the ground he will be much better for Ilia. Especially like the gabarit is much different. Oliveira is big guy. Ilia is small guy. So if Oliveira catch him in the ground, I think this is gonna be big problem. But like I say, Ilia can knock him out for him also, you know. So this is like 50-50, but I think Oliveira will win.
Michael Chandler discussed Oliveira's all-around skill and durability, Topuria's powerful striking, and the fight's unpredictability, emphasizing both fighters' ability to win.
Who do you think is going to win?
Man, it's tough. You don't bet against freaking Charles Oliveira because he's so dang good everywhere, and he's a really hard guy to beat. With that being said, Ilia Topuria's got some crazy power in his hands and crazy accurate strikes. So it'll be very interesting to see how that fight goes. You got to think that the striking department, it leans toward Ilia, but Charles is tough everywhere, man. Obviously fighting him twice, I know.
That's it for today's video. So what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about the fight? Share your thoughts in the comment section and make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Also check out our other videos on the screen right now.